Step 1, wake up early, gonna rise with the sun. Step 2, get some good, some food in you. Step 3, think real hard about what you wanna be. Step 4, everybody just do your thing.
Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Yo, set your affirmations, aspirations. I got shit to do, the aftermath of preparation. Good food, good mood, blood in circulation. One step at a time, yeah, that's how you make it. Set a goal you control and the steps you take them. I try to pick one thought, have some concentration. And if I make a mistake, it's called education. I try to do this every day, call it replication. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 So life ain't easy, yo, I think there's a reason though. Ups and downs, just like every different season, yo. Sometimes I'm high, other times I'm barely breathing, though. I always gotta fight and hide from the demons, yo. Negative thoughts are poison, they rot. Head full of flies, so here come the clouds. They'll never stop unless I can swap all the bad for the good in my head when I'm lost. Yeah, so I'ma fake it till I make it. Positive thoughts are overtaken, I got patience. One day at a time is how you operate a cadence. A flow, you grow, you show yourself a foundation. Stay away from all the shit that causes temptation. I know that I like to do it cause it's sensation. I live my life in my head like a narration. Don't expect greatness, do my best, man, I'll take it. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Wake up, today's gonna be a good day.
Wake up early, gonna rise with the sun. Step 2, get some good, some food in you. Step 3, think real hard about what you wanna be. Step 4, everybody just do your thing.
As you wake up in the morning, you want to find the latest, greatest information about criminal cases and have an intuitive conversation about the suspects associated with these cases. Head over to the Bullhorn Betty channel on YouTube. Get breaking news right here on the Bullhorn Betty channel. Welcome to the Bullhorn Betty Coffee Club. Enjoy your stay and enjoy your day.
It's nice to see you all up in the chat. Well, good morning, my beautiful coffee beans. You guys are all up in the chat this morning, and I know it has a lot to do with the drama. We've got a lot of drama going on right now. I just found out about it. I don't like that one. Let me put the other one up. There we go. There we go. And so we're going to be talking about a couple of cases. We're going to be starting out with a little bit of a bang. Well, we have a few missing people out there that we're going to first start off with. I hope everybody's doing great. I'm Bullhorn Betty. I cover true crime, and we're going to be going over some cases. My ex doesn't seem to quit providing us some content here. It sounds like he defied a court order in the Barry Morphew case, and now causing a whole bunch of problems across social media right now, and you wouldn't even know it because everybody's... Where's the selective outrage from our local hate channels? Oh, because he's one of yours. Oh, got it. Got it. So the outrage, the selected outrage on people shutting down court hearings and stuff like that. Oh, that only goes one way. I got it. I got it.
Oh, come on now. That ain't even bullshit. That's horse shit.
Just saying. Just saying. But we're going to get into all of that here in just a little bit. As I said, I'm Bullhorn Betty. We cover true crime. We've got a lot of cases to go over. I want to thank the people that are here this morning. Melanie, Crystal Pistol, it's nice to see you. Denise, Captain Nemo, Jekyll and Hyde. I'm sorry to hear about all the stuff that you're going through, but thank you for being here. Bless you, love. Vicky, our beautiful Melanie, saying good morning. Delilah, BHB mods in chat, and hope everyone is doing well. Much love to BHB, and I hope everyone is having a good day. Prayers to whoever needs it. We're going to go with badass. I think you're a badass today. We're going to shuffle some cards and give you some positivity this wonderful morning. So if you guys don't know, I would like to know, how badass are you? If you donate $5 or more, we will pull you 5 cards. We've got 4 different decks here, so let me know if you have a specific preference. Otherwise, I'll pick it for you. We've got badass, inner peace, encouragement, or all the above. You're just having one of them days. So Melanie's getting her affirmations of a badass. Let's see how badass she is. She will find her happy place and go with the flow. Ooh, love that. You are blessed powerful. We can't use the words that are on these cards. There is a crap ton of happiness ahead of you. Ooh. You can sit with really big feelings and still be okay. Love that. If love turns lonely, let it go, baby. Let it go. And then we'll pull one for inner effing peace. I kind of like these cards, but they're a little weird. They're a little weird cards, okay? I will be honest with you. Let's see what we got here. I'm pulling out in the middle of the deck. Okay, let's just pull it. What do we got here? YOLO? This is saying something what's YOLO mean? I'm not smarter than a 5th grader. And it says carpe effing diem. I don't know. Maybe I need to look up these words. Maybe I'm getting out of my comfort zone. I don't know. Anyways, let's move on. Tulips, it's nice to see you. Good morning. I don't know what that is. We're gonna have to look that up. I'm gonna have to make sure I go through these cards. Make sure that doesn't happen again, right? Just joking. Mama, it's nice to see you. Crystal, it's nice to see you. I hope everybody is doing well. Let me keep my cards separated so we know what's what. Who else do we have up in the house? Gigi, our beautiful Sonia up in the house. It's nice to see you. Bookworm, Phil, good morning. Panda Bear's mom. Oh, look who it is. Ricky Beavers. Ricky Beavers sported it out. Well, hello there, Mr. Beavers. It's nice to see you. If you guys haven't heard of Ricky Beavers, you need to go check him out. He's got some great tunes. I got to tell you, he's got some great tunes. He might not be able to see so well, but he sure does strum that guitar. Yeah, I love it. I love it. I love it. Thank you. Thank you, Ricky. It's nice to see you. Big hugs and loves to you. I hope all is doing well. I have been watching you on TikTok, and I don't have, Spotify, but I know you're on Spotify as well. But I've been watching you get down on TikTok. I love seeing you grow on TikTok. And I think you have a channel here on YouTube as well. So if any of my mods have the link for Ricky Beavers, please drop that for him, if you guys wouldn't mind. I think everybody should be listening to his music. Oh, Jennifer, it's nice to see you in here. Dixie, Detective Whiskers, Ruby, Lynette, it's nice to see you. Peggy, good morning. Good morning, good morning. A little bit of everything. West Virginia, holla girl. Holla back, y'all. YouTuber, it's nice to see you. Jay, good morning. Who else do we have? Barbara, it's nice to see you. Good morning, love. Lisa B, always up in the house. It's nice to see you as well. I'm not sure if I said hi. Ashley, good morning. Good morning. Who else is here? Busy Mama, it's nice to see you. Nicole, it's nice to see you as well. Good morning, loves. Good morning. Okay, I think we kind of Crystal Pistol. I think I said never give up. Oakley, it's nice to see you. If I missed anybody, I am super, super sorry. Who else do we have? Oh, Jen, thank you so much. I'll throw some. What do you want? You want me to pick yours? Let's do. Ooh, I want to do the encouragement. I think your encouragement. Let's do the encouragement deck. We haven't been able to use this deck. We'll pull out 6 for you too. Why not? Why not? Let me shuffle these bad boys up and see this is just kind of, what is the universe wanting to tell you? I don't know. 5 and then 6. Okay. I feel like these are going to be good. Okay, Jennifer, you are so cool. I love it. I love it. You are so cool. You deserve hugs and happiness. Oh, so true. I love this. I love this one. You are straight up magic. Ooh, I love that. You did something amazing and I noticed. Hey, little fighter, soon things will be brighter. Ooh. Oops. And lastly, I am so happy you exist. Aww. I love those. Oh my gosh. Those were great. I do like these encouragement cards. I knew that those were going to be right for you. I knew it. I just knew it. I knew it. Okay. Thank you all, guys. Don't forget, you guys can show love so many different ways. The best way you can show love to this channel is hitting that like button and sharing this show to all your family and friends. You can do that on YouTube. You can do that on your Facebook, TikTok, or on X. We love X. Actually, one of our stories about Jonathan Lee Riches, I kind of came across on X. I had no idea because we have been kind of checked out for the Barry Matthews, trial. And we were watching it and monitoring this because, his wife, Suzanne, disappeared and they found her bike. And I remember some of the details of the case, but at the end of the day, it was clear that, hey, Jules, it's nice to see you. Patty, good morning. Good morning. Peace, love, and Jeeps. It's good to see you. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. We got number 50 in the chat right now. Do me a favor, folks, because this morning I walked out of the house and I was a little cold, okay? And if you guys know anything about Bullhorn Betty, I'm from Florida, okay? It's always hot. When you guys are freezing cold, it's hot, okay? When you guys are enjoying your weather, it's hotter, okay? And when you guys are just a slightly bit warm, it feels like I'm in hell, okay? No joke. Okay, no joke. It is Florida. Okay. I walked out the house and I had to put something on. Okay. I was a little cold. This morning all the way down here in Florida. So guys, do me a favor. If you guys are hitting, it looks like we already have 50 thumbs up. So if you already hit the thumbs up, go ahead on in here and tell us where you're writing from and how, there we go, and how cold it is. and give us some idea of where we are. I can tell you it's about 70 degrees here right now in Manatee County, Florida. Maybe 72, but it's cold. When I got up this morning, it was colder than that, okay? It's come up about 12 degrees since I walked out the door, okay? That's cold for me. 70 degrees, I know you guys are laughing and saying, I wish I had 70 degrees, especially when I'm looking here and somebody from Maine is sitting in 41 degrees. That's too cold for Bullhorn Betty. It's just too cold, folks. It's too cold. But this morning was a little chilly for me. Here we go. Oakley's saying 59 degrees on the East Coast. Woo! Woo! So, guys, hit those thumb up buttons and then come back in here and let us know what your temperature is in your local. And let people get an idea. Doppler, you know, this is kind of how we do it. 60 degrees in Orlando. Thank you, Christy. I didn't know we had some Orlando family. That's nice. I got to go do something. Maybe we'll do something in Florida. Maybe we'll do a meet and greet in Florida sometime. I don't know. Maybe right before Christmas. Maybe we'll do something right before Christmas. I don't know. Here in Florida. Just a little something, something. I can't imagine me having more than 5 or 10 people locally that'll come out and see me. So maybe we'll do something small at a little event, you know, just see something so I can say hi to my people here in Florida. I know I got a few of you. We'll be centrally located. I won't do it here in Manatee County. I'll find some place. Actually, you know what, to be honest with you, Orlando's kind of centrally located, right? So we'll check it out. We'll check it out and figure out what we'll do for that. But I think maybe we'll do something like that this year. That'd be kind of cool. All right, guys. Well, it's so wonderful to see all you guys here. We're going to be starting out. First of all, I wanted to let you guys know that we do already have our 1 o'clock show set up already, and it's because I had so much going on this morning. I was going to try to cram all this into one show, and I'm like, we've got a lot to go over today. Okay, folks? I'm just going to let you know right up front, we've got a lot to go over. So the half the show is going to be on this channel, and the other half of the show is going to be on the other channel. So I decided to put Kata and Ellen Greenberg together because they're from the same community. Okay. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Sheila. Good morning. Good morning. It's nice to see you. I saved my lives, not my boobs. It's nice to see you. Blue eyes. It's nice to see you. Sheila says, Betty, may love, peace, and happiness be with you today. Oh, thank you so much. We're going to give you, what do we want to give you? I think we'll pull 6 cards for you. We'll do all of them. Maybe somebody needs to hear them. So we have these 6 cards, and they're broke up into self-love. Let me pull a card off that. We got self-love. We have motivation. Let me pull a card from there. We have need confidence. So we're going to pull a card from that one. We're going to pull a card from feel stuck. We don't know if you're feeling any of these, but maybe somebody in the chat might need to hear what these cards say. I don't know. You know, I don't know. I like them. I like them. They make me feel good. And I figured if they make me feel good, maybe they're making somebody else feel good, right? You guys are spending the money on this channel anyways. We might as well give you a little something, something. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. All right, Sheila. You embrace every part of yourself with unconditional love. I love that. Positive affirmation, self-love. Embrace your every part of you. Always have and always will hold the power to create your own reality. You are that powerful. Ooh, I love that. You're always growing and transforming, so keep doing it. Woo, woo, woo! Release perfection and embrace progress. I love that. I love that. Release. You guys know how I always say perfection is a fallacy, right? We don't go for perfection because there is nothing perfect in this world. We're human. We make mistakes. We're not perfect. And I always say that. And it says, I release perfection and embrace. I love that. I love that. We're going to. Choose to focus on small joys in your day. Oh, I like that one too. Focus on the small joys, folks. You know, we always look at the stuff we don't get, but what about the stuff we do? Focus on those small joys. You're free from the past and embrace the present. I love those. I love those. Oh my gosh, I love those. I love those. I love those. I love those. Okay. So we'll set this aside. It's nice to see you guys. Thanks. Those were great. I think everybody needed to hear those cards today. I think everybody needed to hear them. All right, guys. So at 1 o'clock today, we're going to be on the Bullhorn Betty Crime Stories channel, and we've got a lot of the cases. We got some updates on some major cases here. So Kata Scott, we got some updates on there. Ellen Greenberg, okay, this one was a shocker to all of us. We've been kind of monitoring this Ellen Greenberg case for some time. The family went to court. It seemed like finally they're making some headway. Finally they're going to get somebody to listen to it. Finally, somebody's going to look at this case and give them the ruling that they know they need, right? And that is a homicide ruling. This woman had, we're going to discuss it because I have it all figured out in my head. I've played this tape through. I think I can explain what happened inside that apartment. I watched the documentary that was just released on Hulu. It's a 3-part documentary. Coach Jen, I didn't even say hi. Blue Eyes, it's nice to see you. Dee's Mystery, new Grammy. I got to, what a beautiful bundle of joy, by the way. Congratulations again. Coach Jen, it's nice to see you. I saw Pamela in here, and anybody else that I missed, I'm super, super sorry. I will get to you. St. John's, Newfoundland, 45 degrees. Oh, it's just too darn cold, Barbara. It's just too cold. You're killing me. You guys are killing me. I don't know how you guys live in all that coldness. I just don't. I don't know. Layers and layers and layers. I'm sure the secret's in the layers. It's nice to see you, be Betty fan. Pussy Willow Pindercat, good morning, love bug. I hope you're doing well. But and then we find out that they're going to go with this the suicide option here for her. And it's just, oh my gosh, what do we do now, right? Jennifer Kessie, I can't remember. She's from my community. Her parents live right here in Manatee County. Her case is from Orlando. And this is kind of being pulled from the cold case file. I think it's happening, folks. I think it's happening. And of course, we have some updates on Mimi Torres Garcia. And that will be all today at 1 o'clock on the other channel. So if you guys haven't gone and subbed up, you're going to want to sub up to that other channel. The reason why you want to sub up to the other channel is because I put about a 20-minute, kind of like here, we put a 20-minute window for you guys to talk. So usually my lives are anywhere between an hour to 2 hours long. Some have been going a little bit longer because we've been trying to put too much in a show, which is why I'm splitting them up now. And so we're going to be going about an hour or two. We'll be back around 1, and this is going to be very interesting. We've got a lot of really good updates today. We do. But today on this channel, we're going to be going over a few missing folks, some updates on some of the government stuff, and then we're going to dive right on into JLR violating a court order, right? And me being very upset and a little butthurt that all the hate channels, you ain't hearing nothing from them. It's crickets. Why is it okay for one person? If I would have done it, it would have been on every single channel, and I would have been condemned to hell and take my channel and shut me down and shut me up and do this and do that and do that. But you let somebody like JLR do it, the trashiest dirtbag on this day, the king cockroach. You do that, and all the cockroach wants to. Hey, River, it's nice to see you, right? Nobody wants to say anything. I didn't even know this happened. We're going to go start breaking into it. But don't forget to hit up this channel. We'll see you guys around 1 o'clock today. Right now, we're on the look for a little girl. They still believe she's in a community. I do not have her name. They did not release her name. This is in the state of Florida. This is in Margate, Florida. You can't even see her face. Hold on a second. Let me move my screen. Sorry about that. There she is. Sorry about that. Let me go ahead and redo. There we go. Sorry, I didn't realize it was so big. So we have this little girl. She is in Florida. I'm reading right now that they are seeking her. She's 10 years old. She was reported missing. They believe she's still in her community. It's not really something that they think is going to turn into something horrible. You know, you never know in these type of cases, but they do believe she's in the community and they just want to put some eyes on her. So it says, according to the Margate police, Gabrielle, okay, so they did give her a name, Gabrielle Terry Long, I think is how you pronounce the name, but I could be wrong, was seen on Tuesday on Margate Boulevard and Northwest 58th Avenue. She stands 4 feet, 8 inches tall. She's about 100 pounds, has dark colored hair. Investigators believe she's still in the area. They believe she's still in the area, but they want to get eyes on her. 845-972-7111. This was from about 4 o'clock this morning whenever I was doing this, but as you guys can see, it's as of today, October 30th. So this is new. I just found out about this poor little girl here in Florida. They're not raising issues right now that it sounds like this could be, you know, she's in life, you know, threatening danger. We don't have an Amber Alert. We don't have an endangered child alert out for her, you know, which again is a little concerning, especially if we're going to have those types of conversations, okay? If we're going to be having those, hey, honestly, Becky, it's nice to see you. Saucy, it's nice to see you. Good morning. Good morning. Especially if we're going to be looking, you know, because in all fairness, this child's not getting a whole lot of attention. I just happened to stumble across this case whenever I was doing some research this morning, you know, for fillers, you know, making sure if we have some missing persons that we get them first thing in the morning as we're going into our meat and potatoes of the show. And that's how I came across her. Not a whole lot of information coming out. It seems very low level. It doesn't seem like they're very concerned that this child is in any immediate danger. So if you guys do happen to see her, please let us know. You know, let law enforcement know. Margate, Florida. My only concern is this child's been missing since Tuesday, and we're just now learning about it today. They're just now starting to put reports out for today, so it might be one of these things where they weren't taking it so seriously, but they are now, you know, kind of like Kata Scott. Nobody was really taking that poor girl's case seriously. We ran the story. We were talking about a few things, but because we're not local and we are kind of dependent on those local news organizations to keep awareness and information, when they stopped talking about Kata's case, naturally I thought, okay, maybe I was right. She really did just kind of go hang out with some friends and, you know, snuck back home and got back a little late or whatever. And then boom, right from that to, you know, homicide detectives are involved. And I'm like, whoa, what the hell happened here? We went from having no news on Kata Scott to homicide investigation. And so it blew my mind, and it happened just that quickly. And that's how quickly something like this can blow up. This poor child might be just at a friend's house this minute, but might be, you know, she left her friend's house and was walking home and somebody snatched her, right? We found out that Kata went to work but had intentions of meeting Keon. You know, that was a very lethal decision she made to meet that man. But she really was going to meet him. And, you know, this young girl, she's 10. I just said her age. I think she's 10. Yeah, 10 years old. 10 years old. Beautiful little girl. So if you guys seen her, please reach out to law enforcement. This is for my Florida, obviously my Florida people here. And we have another, this is for my Vegas folks, my Vegas and Oregon people, because this young lady here apparently has been missing for a couple months. From my understanding, she's been missing for a couple months. She went missing from Oregon. This might be one of those stories that we hear where some guy met her online and she decided to sneak out with him. He wasn't who she thought he was. Next thing you know, she's been abducted, taken to his house out of state, whatever the case may be. They truly believe that this woman here is in Las Vegas. They believe that she's been missing for a while and she's somewhere in Las Vegas. So she's 5'6". Her name is something Pruitt. I see her name here. Why am I always having a hard time finding their names on here? 17-year-old. They just say Pruitt. They're at Abigail Pruitt. Her name is Abigail Pruitt. She's from Oregon, and they believe she's in Las Vegas. National Center for Missing and Exploited Children is asking for the public's help in locating a missing 17-year-old girl who's been missing for nearly 2 months, the organization reported. According to NCME, NCMEC, the officials, Abigail Pruitt was last seen September 1st in Eagle Point, Oregon. Officials say she's 5'6", 120 pounds, blue eyes, brown hair with auburn highlights. Authorities believe Pruitt may have traveled to Las Vegas. Abby, we miss you. We love you so much. Please let us know you're okay. If anyone has seen Abigail, please reach out to 1-800-THE-LOST. Again, that number is 1-800-THE-LOST, 1-800-843-5678. Or you can reach directly to Jackson County Sheriff's at 541-774-6800. Could very well be a situation where she ran away from home, All right, guys, you guys remember yesterday. Oh, thank you, Panda Bear's mom. I appreciate that. The beautiful rose. Thank you so, so very much. I appreciate it. Bless you, bless you, bless you. And we'll get over. If you guys don't know, Panda Bear's mom has been working diligently to bring awareness to Devlin Tate. Devlin Tate is a young man, about 18 or so years old, that disappeared from Lake Odessa, Michigan, under suspicious circumstances. Family, seems to have some stories all over the place. When being challenged on the information, decides to get pretty nasty to the people that are trying to help them, including Panda Bear's mom, from everything that I've learned about the case. And we're just trying to find the young man and bring him home. So if you guys have not heard about that case, please Google it. Again, Devlin Tate, Lake Odessa, Michigan. As you guys know, yesterday I came across this. I follow Matt on X, and he's been doing some really good work in identifying horrible criminals that have been released from the North Carolina courts, for a variety of reasons, where they've committed violent crimes, and they were prematurely let out on zero bond or low bond, and put back out on the streets with law-abiding citizens. Now, these are, again, the worst of the worst. Hey, Nancy, it's nice to see you, love. These are the people that are very violent, okay, that don't mind hurting you, okay? And that's what we're dealing with here, is these people that want to hurt people, right? They have no control over their behavior. Well, this guy right here was let back out after being arrested 7 different times, including child abuse. He ended up committing homicide on all 4 of his children. And we did touch on it yesterday, but we never really discussed what his charges were. And so I didn't want to leave you guys hanging so much. We're not going to spend a whole lot of time on this, but I did want to give you guys the update that you guys need for this particular case. This is Wellington. He, again, 7 charges. Wellington Dickens, 38 years old. He should have never been out of jail. He had already been a very violent person, and a very violent person to his children. He should have never been around his children without supervision. And how this was able to happen is beyond me, but it's another great example of what everything that North Carolina is doing wrong in the criminal justice system. Everything that you could possibly do wrong, North Carolina is doing it. More details were revealed by the Johnston County Sheriff's Office in the investigation of 4 murdered children. Wellington Dickens, 38, has been charged with 4 counts of murder for allegedly unaliving 4 of his children. He will make his second court appearance on Wednesday, which was yesterday. Dickens called 911 on Monday evening to inform the operator that he had unalived his children, according to the sheriff's statement. When deputies arrived, they discovered 4 children deceased in the trunk of his vehicle inside the garage. of a Zebulon home. I'm pronunciating that right. Dickinson also told deputies that his 3-year-old son was alive inside the house. In a news conference on Wednesday, Johnston County Steve Rizal said all 5 children were homeschooled. It was determined that their remains had been there for a long period of time, so it didn't just happen. So it does sound like the 3-year-old was still alive, but listen to how long ago these children were unalive. So Leah was 6 years old, and they believe he killed her back in May. Zoe was 9 years old, and they believe that he killed her back in August. Wellington, his young son, 10 years old, they believe he was killed back in September 2025. And Sean Barsfield, 18, this is his stepchild, was killed back in September. So it took him a while. How these children went without supervision, went without anybody noticing that they weren't being homeschooled anymore. I mean, the 6-year-old and the 9-year-old been gone since May 2025 and August 2025. It's just the details are horrific. I don't know any other way to say it than that. The details of this are absolutely horrific. The remains of all 4 victims have been sent to the medical examiner, and as of now, there has been no motive identifying. It sounds like he was out of control. It sounds like whenever the kids gave him, was like back talking or whatever to him, it seems like he lost his stuff and hurt the children, right? So here we go. This is some interesting information, and this is for my folks in California. I know some of you guys don't want to. He unalived his kid. Yeah, it's pure evil. 1 county up from me. So sad. But this is happening all over, Elaine. I mean, all over the state of North Carolina. I feel bad for you. I'm seriously concerned about your health and well-being in that state. I just personally can't imagine I just can't imagine. I can't imagine being in a state that doesn't value my peace, right? When somebody can cause such harm and chaos in people's lives, and they are put above me, the law-abiding citizen, that a criminal is put above me, that their feeling and well-being is put above mine. I'm not the one that committed crimes. I'm not the one that caused such chaos in my community, but I'm second to that of the person that caused that chaos. Like there's just too much. There's too much here. Also, we've been talking about the theft of elections. Now, this is one perspective that has come out recently on how this is being done, and it's very scary. So this is for my family in California. If you're wondering why it seems like every time you go to vote, you're hitting your head against the wall, no matter what candidate, and that it always feels like there's a fix, it's because there is. In California, and here is how it's done. And this is why, they're not telling you the whole truth. They're making it sound like, oh, Donald Trump just wants to be at the polling stations to be barbaric, to make sure people don't vote. No, we just want fair voting, because at the end of the day, people in California have been voting, but their votes haven't counted, and it feels that way to them. And it's because it is true. So this is what we found out. Here's how Gavin Newsom steals California elections. In San Joaquin, I'm sure I'm pronouncing that wrong, San Joaquin County, whatever that is. I'm sorry, I don't speak too well. County Sheriff says the voting records on how many people from outside the country, guys, outside the country are voting in California elections, including Pakistan. Can you imagine being a California citizen and finding out that your elections are altered by somebody in flippin' Pakistan? I'd be pissed. But this is going on. So the online voter registration system, it seems to be on an honor system, okay? On an honor system. We all know that everybody out in California just about is not honorable, okay? Maybe the good-hearted people are, but when it comes to the politicians, when it comes to the people that are running the state, are you flipping kidding me? An honor system? We don't do honor systems around here. We're from the true crime genre. We trust no one. And I mean, we trust no one. You're a mom of a beautiful child? We trust you none. Okay. We trust you none. So the online voter system is an honor system. You're able to register and cast a vote even if you don't even live in the blessed country. Are you freaking kidding me right now? And anyone can put information in there. To register to vote, all you have to do is click a box and say that you're not lying. I'm not joking. Can you imagine if all of our criminals just had to click a box and say, I'm not lying? Can you imagine? Oh my gosh. This is true. This is true. So all you got to do is click a box and say, "Ooh, I'm not lying. I'm from California." And you know what? These like they got nothing. They can't even figure that these people are coming from Pakistan. Cut it out. If these people know that some of these votes are from Pakistan, so does California. Don't tell me that. Don't tell me that. So you click a box, say you're not lying, and then you get an email from the Secretary of State or something in the mail saying, thank you for registering to vote. And there you are. Now you are a voter in California. It is just that easy. And so once you're a voter on the voter rolls, anytime an election comes around, guess what happens? They print you a ballot. You get mailed something to vote, and guess what? Even other people from other counties are signing up in other counties and double voting. So they're voting in their county and in another county. So again, if you are from California and you're wondering why you feel like you're hitting your head against the wall, it's because you probably are. They've been stealing elections from you for a very, very, very long time. But the good news is now that it's been brought to light, it's going to be a focus group, right? We're going to be focusing on this. People are going to be paying attention. They're going to be making sure that the voter rolls are clear. So hopefully California, you guys might be in the most secured election you might have ever had. Make it count this year. Get out to those boxes. Get out to the polling. Get your ballot in. Don't feel like it's worthless. You know, there's been a lot of leaps and bounds being made to be able to do this. So that's kind of our filler stuff. That's just our intro into today's topic of conversation, which today is related to yours truly, Jonathan Lee Riches. Like we almost vomit in our mouth every time we say his name, right? Because he did me dirty, right? I dated him for 2 years, and a year of that he was cheating on me with Jamie Phillips, his current thing. I keep wondering, because he kept telling me back when she was moderating for him, that it's not what I think, and he kept implying that she was kind of trans. To each their own. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I don't know which way he swings anymore, but whatever. But he never seems to disappoint, and every time I think the man goes away, every time I think the man, just goes bye-bye, right? Like I don't have to worry about him anymore. I'm not watching his shit anymore. We don't have any ties with anything anymore. I'm just strolling along, minding my own business, and then boom. Shoot me where I stand, right? Oh, good gracious. Here we go again, right? And this one came by a person, like I haven't even been monitoring the Barry Matthew or Morpheus case, right? We've been watching it here and there for a long time, but we haven't been in it like that. And so I'm just, I'm just scrolling on X, and then I see Andrea, and I'm like, Huh. Well, I'll be. Is this really true? So I stopped. I won't lie. I looked under the hood. Is it possible? Did he literally shut down court proceedings? Did he? He got the whole damn court hearing removed from the internet. We can't watch it no more. I didn't even know what was going on because I'm watching this, watching that. I got my head in the sand on this. You know, I'm still a little pissed off over the politics, over Charlie Kirk, the assassination, Tyler Robinson, you know, being on X, doing all this political activism. And then I come over here and my ex is shutting down court hearings. I'm like, what? Oh, that's a lot. That's a lot. Yeah, baby. Listen to this. And you know what? It's not even that. Like, are we really surprised that JLR does some stupid shit like this? Of course we're not. Of course we're not. But I'm just surprised that we had no outrage. Like, usually I hear from this on the hate channels, right? Because they're outraged over every damn thing, right? You say a person's black instead of African American, you're racist. They're doing a 3-hour freaking video on it. You say that, you know, this is not for Western civilization. You talk about children. Oh my God, you want to do this to children and that to children. I mean, it's the selective outrage of the hate channels. And you're telling me not one of them condemn this piece of crap for shutting down a court hearing and getting us kicked out of a court? Nobody. Everybody's just because it's JLR. Well, okay, then fine. If nobody else is going to do it, by God, I'm going to do it. JLR freaking had the court hearing stopped they stopped doing online court for the Morphew's case because Jonathan wouldn't follow a court order. He violated a court order that said you cannot run run this court hearing while it's going on. Now, why they do that, I don't know. They say it's somehow going to violate the rights of how? Like, I'm so sick of at the end of the day, do I agree with it? No, I don't agree with it. I think it's stupid. Okay? I think it's stupid. Nightbot. I don't know what word. Oh, yeah, JLR. You guys can't use JLR. He's on the blacklist. You can go JR, I think. But you can't do JLR. You can't do JLR. I got some blocked words, okay? They've been blocked for a really long time, at least 2 years to say the least. At least since October of 2023, folks, okay? I can tell you JLR's been on that block list since then. So if you guys are writing JLR, you ain't getting through. I'm just saying. But let's go ahead and read this. Since the hate channels can't be overly outraged over this anymore, apparently they don't care. They only care if Betty shuts down or could possibly. Oh my God! Did you see what Betty did? Did you see what Betty did? Listen, you know why I got your stank on me anyways? It's because I was with JLR. That's why I got your stank on me, okay? I don't have shit to do with JLR anymore. Take that stank back to him. And here you guys won't. He shut down a freaking court hearing and nobody is saying boo about it. What is your leader, your slimy, stinky leader, not worth the click and view for you? The outrage, the selected outrage? Oh my God. No more public access in the Barry Morphew case. I still can't believe it. Doesn't surprise me Jonathan did this. I will be honest. Lock his ass up. Lock him up. Lock him up. Lock him. I'm just joking. I'm not that nasty, right? I'm not that nasty. I am much prettier than. Are you kidding me? She looks like a freaking tranny whore. Of course I'm more pretty than her. Of course I am. I don't even wear makeup anymore, and I got it going on like what? Are you kidding me? I show up in my fucking PJs, and I'm still looking better than that woman. I'm just saying. I'm not jelly. I'm not jelly. Who knows, right? Who knows? Maybe a little jelly, okay? Nah, I'm not jelly. I'm not jelly. So, anyways, what had happened is Colorado generally allows the public to watch the court proceedings, but they prohibit any recording or broadcasting of their feed, which, again, that's stupid, okay? That's idiots just wanting to control something it's for public consumption. It's for public consumption. Cut it out with all the damn rules. And I'm saying that to the judicial system. Knock it off, okay? Knock it off. We have a right. We're being paid by the taxpayers. We're sitting at home. We, the bosses, want to see this on our screen, okay? Knock it off. They're not getting any less of a fair trial with us sitting in the frickin' court hearing as we are watching it from a frickin' feed, okay? Let's be honest. Let's be honest. It's bullshit. So I don't agree with the judges being like that. I really don't. But at the end of the day, it's their house, right? It's their rules. These are the rules that we must follow. I'm required to follow them, but apparently JLR is not supposed to be following them. I'm just saying, apparently he thinks he's got the smallest violin. I'm just saying. And then did you know those cockroach channels, those cowards, are still trying to shut other people's channels down? I just found this out that there's one lady on here that does the froggy thingies, whatever. She has her opinions. And GW is literally GW and gaping leg J for Justice is literally picking on this woman so cowardly that they're trying to literally destroy her channel, making sure that she doesn't have a voice. People that insist on having voices and say that they're here for First Amendment, and then you try to take somebody else's voice, you guys are cowards. You're cowards, okay? You can't fight people with your words, so you try to take them out. That's cowardly. You know what? You know what that is? That's being a fucking Democrat. Right? You don't like what I'm saying, so let's cancel me. I'm sorry, we're over that. No offense to my Democrat people out here. I love you. But enough's enough with the cowardly acts, okay? If you can't handle the heat, stay out of the kitchen. Don't try to silence somebody else's voice because you're too cowardly to deal with it. Because if you want to do that, let me tell you, though both of those people have ran so many stories, I could literally kill their entire channels. So if this happens again and I hear about it, I'm going to have my audience go through every single one of your videos that have me in it, that you guys played me. And I'm going to have them go to my channel and find me the exact location of it. And I'm going to start going after your channel. I don't have time to play those stupid games, right? But if you're going to be that cowardly to go after smaller channels because you don't like what they have to say about you, when you've had so much to say for 5 years about me, we're going to have some problems. And I'm happy to play the game because I'm not going to play it. My audience will. They'll go over and do the work. They'll send me the reports. I will go over there and I will get your channels taken down. So you're going to have two choices. You're going to have to remove any content that you stole from me to salvage your channel, or I'm going to take your channel from you. And again, this is only a threat, right? If you continue to do this over and over and over again. Because what you're doing is not right. It's cowardly. It's childish. Leave other people's channels alone and deal with it like a big girl. Okay? All right, cupcakes? Quit acting like you're cowardly pieces of shit that can't handle somebody saying something about you. Oh, you wabbags. Oh my God, you little wabbags. Jay, you can always look at it like this. At least I wasn't on my knees with your man. Just saying. Just saying, right? But you sure are cowardly enough to try to keep going and going after smaller channels. I find that cowardly. I think everybody on the hate channels that, one, refuses to be highly offended that JLR just shut down court. And then you're going around and shutting people that dissent from your thoughts, and you're trying to shut their channels off. You guys are cowardly pieces of shit. All right. according to the report, the judge signed an order yesterday revoking public access because the YouTuber are threatening Mr. Morphew's right to a fair trial with their venomous commentary. There will be a stream of a court hearing made available to credentialed media. That's unlawful. Media is media. We all have press as a protected class. So I don't know how they're going to be able to do that. Credentialed media is credentialed media. Who's credentialed media? You're violating people's First Amendment rights if you say ABC is the only person that can have this, and not the people. Yeah, that's unconstitutional. Who's the bigger asshole? The judge punishing all YouTubers for the entire viewing public because JLR sucks? JLR for sucking? Or the media for enjoying the censuring and do nothing to represent the public interests in seeing the hearing for themselves? So, again, thank you, JLR, for being, yet again, the douchebag that you truly are. So, that was our little story on douchebag JLR. You know, the reason why I almost got kicked out of the Front Row Joes and everything else, almost lost my channel. He went out and said horrible things about me after cheating on me for a year and abusing me verbally and mentally for 2 of those years. So, screw you, asshole. Just desserts, just saying. Too bad the hate channels and the cockroaches have no backbones or balls. Got the whole damn thing turned off. Got it all turned off, folks. Can you believe that shit? Can you believe that? So many of you guys know Rebecca Haro is now fighting for her freedom, right? We got into the case where a 7-month-old baby named Emmanuel Haro was allegedly abducted. His mother was assaulted. An assailant blackened her eye and stole her baby out in front of a parking lot of the Big Five sporting goods store in Yucaipa, California. It was very, very traumatic for the public to hear about this. She basically blamed another Hispanic man for kidnapping her son. She says that somebody came up behind her, said hola, and punched her in the face. And, you know, naturally, all of us mama bears, you know, we jump into action. We start running all hands on deck. We start, you know, raising the roof on this abduction. And people immediately in my channel start questioning the black eye. The black eye was too noticeable for some of the people. Now, no offense to the people in my chat, whatever you guys have been through, God bless you, because I've been through hell and back. I've been abused and all kinds of stuff, but did not have the experience of black eye. So obviously people in my chat, either 1, were from the medical profession, or 2, know what they were talking about from personal experience, which, again, I love you guys if it was personal experience. However, that was one of the most noticeable. Hey, Gigi, it's nice to see you, love. Robini, it's nice to see you. Izzy girl, good morning. But that was the first thing. And everybody's like, whoa, whoa, whoa. That black eye did not just happen. That black eye did not. And that's what they focused on. And let's be honest, if she's lying about this black eye, what else is she lying about? And I think that's what my audience was getting at, because they didn't believe her story literally out the gate. And I know that the reason why they didn't believe her story was because of the black eye. They knew that this black eye was old, and she's trying to pass it off as this guy punched her in the face and gave her this black eye. And it couldn't have been further from the truth. Well, then we had a TikToker or a Facebook guy out there on the Tira that went around and started doing investigative reporting. Found out that there was a jewelry store, had them look at the footage. They could clearly see that mom was all alone. Mom did not have baby with her, and mom just kind of got out of the car and dropped and fell on the ground. And then after being on the ground for a minute, she gets up and walks into the store. And it almost looks like she casually walks into the store. It doesn't look like she's like running for her life looking for her baby. And then shortly after she goes in the store, this white SUV pulls up, and it's like so close to one another. When all this stuff happens, it's like, how long did she really, because Jake Haro's trying to tell us she was gone for like an hour, but he was literally right behind her, and she didn't appear to be laying in the ground for an entire hour. So I don't know what happened. But long story short, it sounds like the child lost his life before this event, days before this event. And the mom was trying to cover up the crime. It sounds like we learned about Jake Haro. Jake Haro had done this to another child of his. That child is only using about 3% of her brain. Her name is Promise Faith, and she has been confined to a wheelchair because of the abuse at the hands of Jake Haro. Well, Jake Haro has subsequently pled guilty to all the charges against him. And while he's pleading guilty to all the charges against him, his wife, Rebecca Haro, is now pleading not guilty. Well, she went before the courts and wanted the courts to push her hearing back to January so they can have an opportunity to kind of exchange discovery to see what all they have. And I think she's going to try to go for a plea deal as well. Remember, Mike Hestron and Chad Bianco assured us no plea deals in this case, that they're going to serve their time, and they're going to be tough on crime. And here we go again. Welcome to the state of California. It's becoming just like that. So that's kind of where we're at with this case. Here's an update from Court TV. Again, it's just going to be pretty much the same stuff that I just told you.
Court. Rebecca Haro is accused of murdering her 7-month-old son and then telling authorities he had been kidnapped. Haro's husband, Jake, pled guilty to the murder earlier this month, but Rebecca has not changed her plea. Joining us live in studio now to break it all down is Court TV crime and justice correspondent Matt Johnson. Thank you, Matt, for being with us. Of course. You've been covering this case. I understand today's hearing was short. Tell us about it.
Very important, Judge Ashley. And the case continued again. Mother of missing baby Emmanuel Haro back in a Southern California courtroom today and asking for her settlement conference to be pushed again, this time to January of next year.
Now, it is my opinion that Rebecca, I'm just going to reiterate this for people that are tuning in. It is my opinion that Rebecca Haro is guilty of allowing Jake Haro to abuse her son. I think she knows better. She can handle herself, and she allowed this stuff to happen. I think when it comes to the actual homicide of her child, I think she is responsible because she failed to act. Oh, thank you, Gigi for Life. Gigi for Life gifted a Bullhorn Betty membership. If you received your Bullhorn Betty membership, don't forget to tell Gigi for Life, thank you. And welcome to this crazy family we call the Coffee Club, i.e. the Insane Asylum. Grab your straight jacket in your padded room and welcome aboard. And it looks like Lanisha got that membership, so welcome to the family. Welcome to the family. But, she is responsible because she didn't intervene and her child lost his life as a result of her failing to intervene. So, is that really a second degree? I'm not sure how the law reads or how that is applied. I don't want to make an assumption on that. But I do believe that her abuse should be an extenuating circumstance. And you guys know I talked to you guys about this, and I know that you guys were angry at times with some of my statements, especially on this particular aspect of it. But she is a battered woman, and we have a lot of battered women in our chat, which is why they're like, they smacked me upside the head and said, we all had to make our decisions. We never allowed we didn't mind being, we took the abuse, but as soon as the abuse went to our children, that was it. That was our line in the sand. And so we have a lot of women like that in our chat. So they have no sympathy for Rebecca Haro at all. They want to see her in prison, and I can't blame them for that. I want to see her in prison too, but I do think at minimum her abuse should be considered as an extenuating factor when sentencing. Just abuse does a lot of things to women, and I know it, and I've seen it, and I've watched women struggle. I've watched women go through, substance, alcohol, all these things to try to push down the abuse. And sometimes, women are very strong, and when it does happen to their children, they can walk away. But there are some that are still so terrified of saying anything. And it's a reality. And whether we want to acknowledge that reality or not, it's still a reality. And there are some women that don't find the strength. And I don't think, they need to be punished because they should have found their strength, but to what extent? To what extent? And I think that is going to be the debate, right? The debate between me and my audience is where does that lie? Is she really guilty of second-degree murder, or is she guilty of manslaughter? Something like that. Those are questions that I do have related to this case, because I am very, very concerned that she will be held accountable as accountable as Jake. And I think, in my personal opinion, that is unfair. Michelle, it's nice to see you. Good morning, love. So let's get back to this. And I know that this is an emotional conversation, so I expect everybody to kind of have their emotional, and I don't expect you guys to parrot my beliefs, and that's perfectly fine.
Rebecca Haro's last court date was moved after her husband's shocking change of plea.
But I feel like she thinks she's cute. Like this whole flipping of the hair and the looking and trying to look innocent and cute. I don't like it. Okay? I don't like it. It's a pet peeve. I think she thinks she's cute, and it just makes me want to pinch that little head off of her head. Obviously hyperbole, but you guys get it.
Right before his settlement conference was set to begin. Earlier this month, confessed killer Jake Haro pled guilty to murder of 7-month-old baby Emmanuel. Back in August, you remember, both parents were charged with murder, child endangerment, and filing a false police report. Well, today, Rebecca Haro agreed to move her settlement conference by 85 days. Take a listen.
Ms. Haro, you have the right to have your preliminary hearing heard within 10 court days concluded within 60 calendar days of your arraignment. You waive those rights and agree instead that your preliminary hearing would be timely if held within 10 court days of January 21st. Ma'am, you're ordered back to this department on January 21st for felony settlement conference.
At this point in time, still no indication if Rebecca Haro, the mother of this baby, is looking for a plea deal.
I think she's looking for a plea deal, okay? At the end of the day, Jake Haro, we all know Jake Haro is the instigator, okay? Jake Haro is the factor with all the kids that have been abused. He is the abuser. There is no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Who is the ultimate culprit of why Emmanuel is no longer with us? It was Jake. I don't see Rebecca being the one that's beating the crap out of this child. It's the father. And so, but I'm sure she knew about. Oh no, I absolutely. And she needs to be held accountable for that. Absolutely, Wade. Absolutely. And that's where I'm at. Where is Emmanuel Haro? Why don't they? Oh, and then that's another thing. Thank you, MSM. Where is Emmanuel Haro? Remember, this family said they knew where he was, or they had a good idea. I think he's in the landfill. And it comes back to why I think it's so important for us to have protocols when we have a baby or a child that is deceased, or that is missing, that they put in a protocol to segregate that area's trash, because we know that this is happening. We've seen it happen enough times to know that parents put their children, especially their smaller kids, in the garbage can to be taken out to the landfill and to be disposed of. We know that that's what happens. We saw it in Leilani Simon. This is not the first time we've seen this thing happen, right? So why are they not doing more about they need to fully allocate? I agree with that. But he allegedly but there is an acceptance of like nolo contendere or whatever it is, nolo contendere or whatever, I can't remember. They basically say that they're not guilty, but they know that there's sufficient evidence that it prevents them from allocuting. And I think that that's what it is. If she gets the plea deal, I think they need to force her to allocute. And maybe they will find Emmanuel. But I think Emmanuel, in my opinion, because of so many different trips to the dumpster by the thrift store, I truly believe this child's in the landfill. And the Alfred plea, yeah, I think that's the what it is, the Alfred plea. Alfred or Alfred. I get what you guys are saying. But yeah, that's basically what it is. They're just basically stating that they didn't do it. They're not pleading guilty that they did it, but that the defense, or excuse me, the prosecution has enough evidence to get the, for them to be charged with it and be convicted of those charges. So that's basically what that does. But Emmanuel has never been found. And I know that On the Tira is still out there looking. I saw one of the videos where he found a plastic bag. They had law enforcement out there. Obviously, it wasn't Emmanuel. They haven't stopped looking for Emmanuel, and I hope the community doesn't stop looking for him either, because he needs to be found. He needs to have a proper burial. He's got to be somewhere. If he's not in the landfill and he's truly out there where they took, Jake with the sheriff's office when he was in the orange jumpsuit. Hopefully they get some teams out there, not law enforcement, because it seems like law enforcement's done, but like On the Tira, he's got a good following out there. Set up a search group and start getting out there and going through everything, and hopefully you guys can find him. But I just believe that he's not out there, and I believe he's in the landfill. Excuse me, the landfill, because they just went to the dumpster entirely too much for me to be comfortable with any other disposal method.
But the settlement conference and now the preliminary hearing have been moved to the end of January.
So January 21st, 2025, we now have that. The court hearing's been pushed, and that's what this is all about. I'm not going to make you guys watch this again. So now that we're through the whole thing with baby Emmanuel, do you guys think, let me ask you this by a show of ones and twos, do you guys think, Outer Banks, it's nice to see you, love. Hello. 2 surgeries in 7 weeks, but oh my goodness, we didn't know you how. We should have been praying for you. I'm so sorry to hear that. Well, hopefully you're bouncing back. It's good to see you. So the question really is, do you think they're going to find Emmanuel? I think we did this once before. I think we did. I think we did a poll when we first started the case of Emmanuel Haro, if they would ever find Emmanuel's body. So let's do, I'm not going to put it in the poll format, but let's put it in ones and twos. Yes, they will. Just make it very simple. Yes, they will. No, they won't. So 1 is yes, they will. 2 is no, they won't. If you guys have an opinion on it, this is related to Haro, Emmanuel Haro. Will they ever find him? Will they find the baby? I'm going to step away just for a second. I'm going to let you guys take a moment to fill this in, and I'll be right back. Give me just, 2 shakes. All right. Let's get my plugs. Let me get my ears back in. I can't hear nothing. Without these little buds in my ear. Left ear, right ear. All right. I think we're back. Oh, I can hear myself. Now. We're back. Okay. So it looks like, let me just go up here and read what you guys had. So we got some 2s, we got some 1s. So some people are still hopeful. But for the most part, everybody believes kind of like we're not finding him. I'm kind of, I kind of lost my hope. I won't lie. I've lost my hope a little bit, right? I've lost my hope that we will be found, or that he will be found. I kind of lost my hope when law enforcement dogged, on the Tira, because he was the one that was out there looking. He was the one that was more time than law enforcement. I know law enforcement likes to have peeing contests with everybody, but they got to look at things a little bit different. They've got to look at these. They've got to look at these things like, and change the way that they're thinking. Free help, think of it as free help. And it's like, well, they don't have they're going to screw up the crime scene. Well, you got to find the crime scene to have a crime scene to screw up. Okay, I mean, let's be honest here. It's like, it's the double-edged sword. You're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. At the end of the day, law enforcement should never hinder anybody from trying to find somebody, right? If you do not know where the child or person is, who cares? Just find the person so we can get to work, right? And that's kind of my mentality. Their mentality is much different. I don't know why they put different mentality in law enforcement's mind. They're more concerned, and I get it, about the contamination of the crime scene and things being tossed when they do find it and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, what's going to happen if that crime scene's never unearthed for a year? All that evidence is contaminated anyways by the time you find it. So let's be honest. Who cares? Let's find the people, find the crime scenes, and then we'll worry about putting the pieces together. Because in this scenario, we probably let Jake walk on a second-degree murder when he should have been charged with a first-degree homicide charge. And it's all because this pissing contest with law enforcement, like Chad Bianco and the DA, Mike Hestron, that wants to disrespect, social media instead of using social media to benefit them, right? They could have turned that whole situation in a completely different, and we could have had some real, true help. But they choose to be so small-minded and so arrogant, and it really does cost a lot of time, money, and, of course, charges, right? Because now, and damn well why Jake jumped to the second degree, because if he keeps this going on longer and longer, they'll eventually find his son, and then they'll have first-degree homicide. Now, that's a death sentence, potentially. Hey, Deanna, Oakley, Ruby, it's nice to see you all. Nice to see you. All right, guys. So Lilly and Jack Sullivan, many of you guys know that they disappeared. Do I have let me see if I got an updated time. I think I got a timeline for them. Yes, I do. Let me put their timeline up and remove this one. Give me a second. I'm trying to. There we go. So Lilly and Jack Sullivan disappeared on May 2nd, 2025. Just, middle of the year, May, right before summer and what have you. They had like a personal day at work or administrative day at work, and then they were called in sick, and then the next day they were called in sick. Well, we learned a lot. I was watching Ashley Banfield. If you guys know anything about me and Ashley Banfield, we're not BFFs, okay? We're not BFFs. We know each other. There was a lot of hurt feelings in the Gabby Petito case, so we're not BFFs, okay? I don't foresee me and Ashley Banfield ever being BFFs, but she did release some information that I don't think we were very clear on previously, prior to, and there's things that I was wondering, could she have made a mistake? And it's like, you know what? I know Ashley. I know Ashley's work. I know who Ashley is. And I can't imagine her making this type of mistake. So I have to think that she does have sources that kind of let her know or put things in a better and better understanding for her than what we knew. So we're going to get to her statements because I think her statements are pretty bombshelly, if you ask me, okay? But we all know that Jack just had his 5th birthday. It just happened I think it was yesterday or the day before. I apologize. I did not know it was his birthday. So it's going to be the Bullhorn Betty saying happy belated birthday to Jack. I heard it was his birthday on his birthday. By that time, my show was over. And when we did our evening show, I had forgot about it again. So I never had an opportunity to say happy birthday to Jack. And I did not realize anybody in the community was really going to do anything for them. But that's not the case. There were people, and not only that, but they did have almost like a press conference from the RCMP out there as well. So we're going to get to that first. And then we're going to move over to the Ashley Banfield segment, because that's going to take up the rest of my time here, okay? Because there's so much packed into this 20-minute segment on Drop Dead Seriously, her new podcast that she's got, that she does, I think, independently from News Nation. But anyways, I thought it was very interesting. It was information that I was not a privy to. Now, I haven't been, because we've had several cases that I've chose to take on instead of just staying right with Jack and Lilly, because, there are a lot of cases out here. And sometimes I feel like when we focus too much or start going into the weeds where we're just kind of, I wonder if this could have happened, and I wonder if that could have happened, just kind of analyzing it from there. I feel like we could do better justice by picking up another case and just running with another case like Kata Scott. Kata Scott really wasn't getting a whole lot of attention. Nobody was covering her case. We had very, very low numbers until it started heating up with the homicide detectives. But again, it's like that, we would never have heard about the Kata Scott case had it not been for me breaking away just a little bit to handle other cases. So there may be some facts about the Lilly and Jack case during these areas where we discussed other cases that I may have missed some information that would go to the case or the timeline or something. So I'm going to rely on all of you beautiful people. Hey, Lady for Justice. It's nice to see you, Love Bug. Faye, I don't think I said hi to you. Frank, it's nice to see you. Daffy Dog. Hello, my loves. Hello, my loves. So we're going to, common sense. Thank you. You've been around here long enough that you're part of the family, but welcome to this crazy family called the Coffee Club, i.e. the insane asylum. Because we know it's about me, because I'm a love machine. Ow! Nice to see you. Nice to see you. I kind of lost track where I was, but we're going to get on with this. We got the first thing's going to be the birthday for Jack, because I think it's important. Hey, Passion Flower, it's nice to see you. Jenny, good morning. Good morning, ladies. I hope you're doing well. Oh, Outer Banks, Outer Banks gifted 5 Bullhorn Betty memberships. If you received your Bullhorn Betty memberships, don't forget to tell Outer Banks thanks so much. And welcome to this crazy family we call the Coffee Club, i.e. the Insane Asylum. Grab your straitjacket and your padded room and welcome aboard. We're not hearing the dings coming out of that. Hold on a second. Let me find out why I'm not hearing my dings. Why are we not hearing the dings? We hearing the dings? Hold on. There we go. Hot damn, we got our dings back. All right, guys, we got our dingies. We got our dingies. Okay. So, Raw Beanie, me and you, Chicky. BJ Boop. It's been a while. Tennessee Road. Welcome to this crazy family we call the Coffee Club. I love it. I love it. Grab your straitjacket and your padded room. Love it, love it, love it. There's the dinghies. I was wondering where they were. I didn't know if maybe I was just missing them. I just didn't turn them on. Oops, did I do that? Did I do that? Okay, so let's go ahead and get on with, and then we'll read that. Okay, so let me make sure this is positioned right where you guys can see it. You might not be able to see it. No, you cannot see it. So let's position this right. Let me get this up a little bit further. Okay. Okay.
Memorial will disappear from the front of the RCMP station for the winter months. A business with Amtech Limited in Alma has stepped up and would like to thank them on behalf of the family and everybody that is fighting for answers for Jack and Lily to come home. They will take and house the hardscape items as well as a dinosaur stuffed animal for Jack and a unicorn for Lily, and they'll put it in their display window and keep the light on, hopefully to shine the way home for Jack and Lily to come back to Pictou County.
That's so sweet.
Nova Scotia and the world beyond. So this evening we have the county warden, Robert Parker, that will be coming up to speak. Then we will have half-sister, I believe is the correct terminology, Haley Fernand. Forgive me if I don't pronounce your last name correctly. She will read a prayer. The grandmother, Belinda Gray, or she will read a poem. Belinda Gray will read a poem. Then the RCMP Staff Sergeant Mason will say a few words.
And I just want to say it was yesterday because it shows here 13 hours ago this was live. So it was last night that they did this.
And to wrap up this evening's event,
hey Stephanie, hey Gypsy.
We will play Russell McDonald's Where Are They song that was written for Jack and Lily. So our first speaker for the evening will be County Warden Robert Parker. He has a few words to say, and then he'll read our prayer for this evening.
I think so too, Lisa.
Good evening, everybody.
Hey Chicky, aw, congratulations.
And not for the reason we're here, but to pay honor to our 2 little ones that hopefully will be back with us soon. I do want to thank Kent Corbett behind me for all the good work he's done to keep this going. It's not easy over 6 months, although in some ways this isn't something any of us are going to forget for a long while, and we don't want to forget. We need to remember little Lily and little Jack and do all that we can to help in any way. And I did more interviews with media on this subject than I've ever done in my 9 years as warden. And it's not what you want to be doing interviews on, but people are really concerned about little Lily and little Jack right across this country.
We're not just across this country, across this world. Hey, No More Lies. It's nice to see you, love. I hope you're doing well. This is kind of rock. We do this channel does not cover other cases, okay? We don't cover cases from other countries, and we're covering this case from Canada. We don't cover Canadian cases, but this one defies. I think that's what people don't understand is this case defies logic, okay? Statistically, children do not disappear together, okay? Statistically, it's very uncommon to have a brother and a sister to disappear at the exact same time. Statistically, it defies logic, okay? Of just wandering off and never coming back again, possibly being abducted, losing their life, whatever the case may be. It defies logic. And I truly believe that's what has pulled us all in. I know that that's what it pulls me in, because one of the things about me, especially with my curation of the content that I choose to talk about, it's got to be perplexing. Like it's got to be something that makes me go, or this doesn't sound right. That makes me question something. And when I'm there, when I start questioning, then it's got me hooked, because now I'm starting to take my fingers and put them on the keyboard and starting to look down this rabbit hole and this rabbit hole. And the more you walk down these rabbit holes, or you start hearing more information, the more that voice in the pit of your stomach starts speaking to you, right? Things don't start adding up. You're not answering questions. You're not finding answers or solutions to the worry box that you have open. And so now you're dealing with trying to close that worry box and fill it with common sense. And there's no common sense or logic to help close that worry box. And that's where we are, in my opinion, in the Jack and Lily case, because it defies logic. We have a worry box that these children are gone and will never be found. And we've got parents that are acting really bizarre. And that mixture is a recipe for disaster. And we know it. And so now we're hooked into it, because we're waiting for that collision, right? We're waiting for the truth to meet reality, and that's what we're all tuning in for. It's not that we all may have some differences in our opinions on what happened to the kids, but at the end of the day, I think we all believe that there's some sus going on here, that the parents aren't being very forthcoming. Mom taking off within 36 hours of reporting her kids missing and never coming back is like the nail in the coffin in my book, right? Telling me that there's something sus majorly going on here. So, I think that that's what it all is. It's the whole world's tuning in, because we're trying to make heads or tails of this, and we're trying to find out what truly happened, because this is going to be something that we're going to remember for the next case, or the next case, or the case down the road, or the case that's going to be here 5 years from now that has similar circumstances that this case will be applied to, right?
Not just here in Victor County, not just here in Nova Scotia, but right across the country and even farther.
Yep.
There's nothing that hits the heart more than when our little ones go missing.
Yep, he's right.
And I've said many times to the media, it takes a village to raise a child. And it's our responsibility, everybody in Victor County, it's our responsibility to look after all our children, including the little ones that are with us tonight. Our children are born into families, and they have parents and grandparents and cousins and everything, but we need the whole community to keep our children safe.
Yeah, because some of the parents, are the villain, not the village, the parents. And this may very well be the case. This may very well be the case. What upsets me is we have fine Lilly and Jack Sullivan group, and we have our group as well. But you know what? We have photos of these kids. We're constantly advocating on those pages and those groups for these kids. Yet their own mother has removed every photo of them, has shut her Facebook page down. These are not normal behaviors of parents of missing children. Hey, Donna, it's nice to see you. In my opinion. Welcome.
And I think there's a feeling with all of us right now that we didn't do our job. Something went wrong. And we do not want that to happen. That's not what we want to happen in our community, but it did happen. And we need to know, people need to know what went wrong. What did we do wrong, or what did anybody do wrong that caused this to happen? Was it just lost in the woods, or was there something more? Now, the majority.
I think the schools missed signs. I think that the mom and stepfather, Daniel Martel, were very manipulative when the schools were asking questions. You know, we saw how overly helpful Daniel was when these children went missing. Was he equally that manipulative and over helpful when there was issues at the school that makes the school officials feel that these people are good parents as opposed to being a neglectful parents? How were these children, how did nobody know that there was this much substance abuse going on inside that trailer? How was that never known to people? I don't know. Sullivan's mom is playing to the media. It's kind of the mom is playing to the media, but we don't know. Hey, Teresa, it's nice to see you. She's not really playing to the media at all. She's kind of, backed into a corner like a rabid dog, being forced to do some things, like the letter that she wrote. In my opinion, she's forced to write because people are really starting to come down, and I'm hearing that she's all up in this particular chat, so I'm going to be sleuthing the shit out of this in just a little bit.
People that I meet on the street or anywhere around do not believe those children are in the woods. I'm being honest tonight. That's what I hear from 75% of the people I talk to. So if there is something else that's happened.
So he's acknowledging it. That's what I like about this. They're acknowledging that they don't believe these children. I don't believe these children are in the woods. I don't believe the parent's story. And in order for those kids to be in the woods, I would have to believe the parent's story, which I do not.
Anywhere around, do not believe those children are in the woods. I'm being honest tonight. That's what I hear from 75% of the people I talk to. So if there is something else that's happened, then we're relying on the RCMP, and Staff Sergeant McKinnon's going to comment tonight. People are concerned that they're not hearing anything. Well, there's only so much to hear after a while. If they haven't found anything new, there's nothing to hear. But there is.
He makes a good point.
Well, maybe they're holding back. Well, if that's the case, I'll ask Staff Sergeant McKinnon to address that tonight. I know in any investigation you can't let everything out and still expect to find out what went wrong. But
and he's being honest, they're basically saying what our law enforcement says here over and over, but he's just saying it differently. Basically, they can't, let too much that goes to the integrity of the investigation out. But, he's also being, in my opinion, very transparent, saying, hey, we know that you guys believe that these children are not in the woods, that you guys believe something else is going on. And maybe that's the case. But where do they go from here? What information should be released and what shouldn't? And that's always the skillful balance, right? What should be released versus what is released, right? How much information should the public truly have, and what should be held back from the public? That's always the dance that law enforcement will always have, because, again, you want to give the public enough information to help your case, but not give so much information that you have crazies coming in saying they did it and have, information, because that's how they're able to tell. It wouldn't, when you hold back certain details and information, that's really the only way you can tell if somebody comes in and says, hey, I did it, right? Or if somebody says, you think they did do it and they didn't, those are the things, those are the details, the finite information that helps you identify those things. So you can't let all that out, because you've got to use something to help identify if people are either guilty or not guilty, but, vice versa. We do have those Looney Tunes, who you guys know we do, that find something like this happen, and they go walking into the sheriff's office and said, I did it. You know, I unalived so-and-so. You did. Yeah, I did. What date was that? Oh, it was last Wednesday. Oh, okay. It happened on a Thursday. Okay, well, so it happened on where were you from 1 to 2? I was unaliving Joe Blow. Oh, you were. Then can you tell me why your credit card is saying you're getting your hair done across the street or across the, the county at the same time that this person is being bludgeoned to death? Somebody must have stolen my credit card, right? So they have to have some things to help identify whether somebody's being truthful or not truthful in these cases. And I think that's basically what he's saying. We can't have all the information. But are they holding something back? And I do believe that law enforcement is, because it comes down to the planted pink blanket in the tree. Okay, it comes down to that whole entire scenario with the pink blanket. And that gives me all the information I need to know that not only these children are deceased, but that the parents know what happened to the children and that they were actively and willfully trying to cover up the details or the information about that. So that really is how I feel about this case. I believe that the kids are deceased, and I believe both parents know.
I'm just speaking as clearly as I can tonight that that's the feeling. The majority of people I talk to is that something else happened to Lilly and Jack. And hopefully I still believe in my heart that we're going to find them. That maybe somebody took them for whatever reason, and I doubt if that was a stranger, but, there's all kinds of things that could have happened, but unfortunately, because there's not enough news out there, or nothing new, people make up their own stories. You're forced to if you don't have any real facts to go by, and that hurts people. That hurts family. It hurts.
Yeah, but you know what? This whole guilt trip and shaming the social media, it's just not going to work. We don't really care. At the end of the day, let's just say the truth, right? We don't really care about people's feelings. We want the truth. We want, stuff out there. Do people speculate wildly? They do. Are there conspiracy theories? Yes. Do I think that they should not be entitled to it? No. Do I think they should not say it? No. Because let's face it, these theories and speculations is what helps drive the conversation to help unearth and uncover evidence and details. So I absolutely welcome it. I don't think that law enforcement should ever be telling people not to do it. But, I've heard some really, really horrible stuff. But at the end of the day, I truly believe that Daniel Martel and Malehya Brooks-Murray know what happened. And I'm going to continue to say that. That's my opinion. I have no factual info. If I had the factual information that they did something, they'd be in jails, right? So obviously it's an opinion. It's not factual, and it's not to be understood as factual. It's my opinion based on many factors of the case and many factual factors of the case, not assumed facts, like true, hard, cold facts of the case is what leads me to my speculation and my theories. But it's still I still think Malehya and Daniel know more, and I don't know if I'm going to ever get off that ever, because especially since the kids have not been found. If the kids were found deceased or whatever, and they were found out there in the wilderness, then we would say, yeah, you know what, they did wander off, and mom and dad, I feel bad. I really thought the mom and dad did it, I'm sorry, but it's the fact that they still haven't found the children that are leading me to believe that there is more. And then you take that and couple it with them knowing that the pink blanket was planted. Well, now we got ourselves a big problem.
All kinds of people that are related to Lilly and Jack, because fingers start pointing at people, and perhaps wrongfully, most likely wrongfully, but unfortunately that people get hurt when, I'm not a social media person, but people let me know what's being said, and it's hurtful. So I ask everybody to
Hey,
be
Karen.
mindful of that and try to stick to the facts and not to the stories.
And I do believe they are hurtful. We know they're hurtful. Like, I know by me saying I believe Malehya Brooks-Murray knows where her children are and had a hand in whatever happened. Or was, I know that's hurtful to her. I can only imagine. I mean, if somebody said that about me, how hurtful that would be for me. Is it going to stop me from saying it? The answer is no, it's not. So we know we're being hurtful. We're going to continue to be hurtful because it's our truth. And I understand what they're saying. This is social media. We do have talk shows. We have talk shows where we break these cases down and we talk about the ugly pieces of these cases. And those things are hurtful. These are real life cases. These are real life victims. These are real life suspects. These are real life families. This is not, a fake movie. And sometimes I feel like people believe it is. It's like a movie that these people, this is not a real person. This is not a real case, that Jack and Lily are somehow not real children. They are. They're missing, and they're most likely deceased.
I have a poem that I was asked to read, so I'm going to read that at this point because God is the one that's going to help us out here eventually. I better find some glasses that we can read. Prayer for Lily and Jack. Dear Lord, we ask of you to keep Lily and Jack safe and sound. Let no harm come before they're found. They're lost from their family for a reason. Return them home before the end of a season. Place your loving arms around Lily and Jack's shoulders to guide them back home, strong as soldiers. Amen.
Thank you, Robert. Next, I'd like to call upon the paternal grandmother, Belinda Gray, to come up and read a poem that she has written.
Yeah, I agree. Common sense. I feel so bad for Belinda.
I'd like to thank all of you guys for coming. I apologize now.
It sounds, what really upsets me is this is for them, the kids, and outside of Belinda Gray, I don't see Jeannie there. I don't see Daniel there. I don't see Malehya Brooks-Murray there. I don't see Malehya's family there. That really pisses me off.
Now I have a cold.
She's got a cold.
My birthday promise to Jack. Every step is a prayer whispered to the wind, a hope that a search may help our hearts to mend. We hold steadfast the pictures of Lily and Jack, seeking answers to bringing them back. Our loves like ribbons spread throughout the woods of Lansdowne with searchers about. With every sunrise I renew my vow to find their sweet faces, not knowing how. No distance or time can sever this hold. The story of our love has yet to unfold. Our spirits are
okay, thank you.
With a needle set true. It points to our grandchildren, and if I may, it points to you.
I agree with you, Michelle.
We will walk every trail, every creek and river, with this grandmother's love, and with all of you, our search for Jack and Lily will always push through, for a grandparent's promise is etched in the soul. And I'll search for our grandchildren, no matter the toll.
Aww.
Thank you.
Let me see here. We're kind of running out of time, so I'm probably going to have to put some things on hold here. There's another spot that I wanted to... There it is. I wanted you guys to hear the officer because this is kind of the press conference. And then we'll go back. There we go.
Thanks for being here. Our hearts continue to go out to Lilly and Jack's family and their loved ones. As well to all the community.
And I wanted to let you know somebody in the chat did say that Daniel Martel is there, and he is there in the red shoes. So, again, don't know, didn't see him, but did want to say that because of, is that the bio dad's mom? Yes, Cinderelli, it is. Belinda Gray is Cody Sullivan's mother, and she's the paternal grandmother of Lilly and Jack Sullivan.
To the community members, including all of you, thank you for being here tonight. I know you care deeply about these children, and so do we. This case has truly affected many, as is demonstrated here this evening. I can assure you that we have not wavered in our commitment to determine what has happened to Lilly and Jack. Our major crime investigators are working every day to determine the circumstances of their disappearance. The major crime team has engaged agencies and organizations from across all of Canada. We thank the public for all their tips and information that has been submitted and encourage anyone with information to reach out to the RCMP. As a community member myself, thank you for all the love and support you've shown for Lilly and Jack. To all of our officers that work to find the answers, including myself and the Pictou County Detachment members. As well, thanks to the ground search and rescue volunteers who are invaluable contributors to our communities. Thank you.
So there you guys had it. No real new information. We'll go over some more details of, I think it's going to be the first 5 minutes of this. More details of, give me just a second. Okay, there we go. We're only going to take I think it's 4 minutes, 3 minutes of Ashley Banfield's show, and we're going to show it here. Let me make sure her face. A big old face for Ashley. All right, Ashley, we're not going to do that to you, girl, okay? We're not going to do that to you. I will make your face a little bit smaller, okay? Don't you worry there, Miss Ashley. I got you. Boo-boo. I'll make you a little bit smaller. That's a big old head there, Ashley. Your head's about as big as mine. Oh, no. Oh, no. Okay, so this is going to be, hey, Quinn, it's nice to see you, love. I hope you're doing well. So this is a little more detail on Jack and Lilly, and I was quite surprised at some of the detail that I had not known about, and I thought maybe if I didn't know about them, maybe you didn't know about them. And I just want to be very, very clear that I don't think Ashley made mistakes. I think people withheld some information that was available to mainstream media, and she's kind of letting it all kind of hang out. So, without further ado, just listen to what she has to say.
Dead serious. What happened to Lilly and Jack Sullivan? 2 little kids, gone without a trace. This is one of the most confounding mysteries that Canada has seen in many, many years. 6-year-old Lilly and her 4-year-old brother Jack vanished from their home in rural Nova Scotia in broad daylight, and there seems to be no explanation. It's a mystery that is gripping millions of people who have followed this case since the beginning. Guys. Every detail. The story has investigators searching for logic where there is none, because kids don't just vanish into thin air. Yeah. Lilly and Jack weren't taken from a crowded mall or a busy playground. They disappeared from their home, a small trailer on Garralock Road in Lansdowne Station, Nova Scotia. It's a quiet, rural stretch about 87 miles northeast of Halifax, the capital city of Nova Scotia on Canada's east coast. Lilly and Jack's home, a small trailer, is an area surrounded by woods and gravel driveways. And
guys, do me a favor. We've got 280 people in the chat. If you guys wouldn't mind going out and giving a thumbs up, I'd greatly appreciate it. Don't forget to share this around as well. This has been some great information. It's been a great show, great talking points. And so hopefully you guys are enjoying it. And please don't forget to sub up to our Bullhorn Betty Crime Stories. We're going to be over there at 1 o'clock this afternoon to go over the second half of our show.
just a handful of other neighbors. They shared that trailer with their baby sister and their mother, Malehya Brooks-Murray, as well as their stepfather, Daniel Martel. Just a few yards away on the same property is a small trailer where Daniel's mother lives. Police say Lilly and Jack might have wandered off, but that theory doesn't seem to make sense. Because
listen, guys,
there were no footprints.
No footprints.
No scent trail.
No scent trail.
No clothes, no toys,
no
and
clothes,
no sign.
No toys, no
two
signs.
little kids ever went outside that trailer at all. And yet somehow, Lilly and Jack...
That was new. Did you guys hear that? We had never had it broke down to us like that. Listen to this again.
Away on the same property is a small trailer where Daniel's mother lives.
Listen.
Police say Lilly and Jack might have wandered off, but that theory doesn't seem to make sense.
Listen.
Because there were no footprints, no scent trail, no clothes, no toys, and no sign that two little kids ever went outside that trailer at all.
What does that sound like? That's what I was getting there, Teresa. I was getting there. It does. Sounds a lot like Sebastian Rogers' case. There was a footprint, but I think they think it's planted along with the pink blanket. Like I said from the very beginning, that just did not make sense. Janie kind of shot herself in the foot when she went on to the diatribe of, I just got done parking this area. Well, then, where did Malehya stand? Right there. Where did you find the only one shoe print? Right there. How did Malehya stand there without having her footprint, but a little kid can put their impression in the dirt? It doesn't make sense.
And yet somehow, Lilly and Jack Sullivan just vanished. To understand this case, we have to go back to the beginning. It started quietly on Wednesday, April 30th, 2025. Lilly and Jack had what's called in that area a pedagogical day. Basically, it's a day where kids stay home from school so that teachers can get their administrative work done.
Okay, so we had an admin day. We knew that, right? Let me pull this back so you guys can see. See, we've got this behind us, right? Monday, they went to school. Tuesday, they go to school. Wednesday is the day that the school is closed. Lilly gets a black eye. We hear that Malehya called the children in sick on Thursday and on Friday. That was a misconception, folks. She didn't call them in. She never picked up the phone, dialed the phone number, and called them in. You're about to find out how she reported the children missing. Or, excuse me, not missing, absent from the school.
On Thursday, May 1st at 6:18 a.m.,
listen,
the school got a message through the attendance app. And
the attendance app. She never spoke to anybody, folks. She went on an app. Went doot, doot, doot. Kids are sick. She did that at 6-something in the morning, so she was clearly awake, which we knew. But we all assumed she called them in as absent or sick. She did not. Listen to this. Let me go back just a few moments. Go back here. Listen. Open your ears. Good information here. Hey, Kiki. It's nice to see you, love bug. Nero, I don't think I said hi to you. Veronica, it's nice to see you.
Basically, it's a day where kids stay home from school so that teachers can get their administrative work done. Nothing unusual about that. But the next morning, on Thursday, May 1st at 6:18 a.m., the school got a message through the attendance app, and it said both kids would be staying home for another day. Their mom, Malehya Brooks-Murray, said that they had a cough. At 2:25 that afternoon, surveillance video showed the family, Malehya, Lilly, and Jack, walking through a Dollarama store. And that is the last...
A few things that we know to be true. Let's look at here. So we know that they went to school Monday and Tuesday, off Wednesday. Mom calls them in at 6:18 a.m. on Thursday, not Friday. We don't know I don't know if we know what time they were called into school on Friday, because the 6:18 number time that we thought they were called in on Friday is actually Thursday. Hey, Queen of Hype, it's nice to see you, love. It sounds like. Now, could this be a mistake? It could be. It could be. Because I was told from the very beginning that she called them in around 6:18, but I can't imagine her calling in the children at 6:18 on both days. Not called in, but we use the app. 6:18 on both days. That's pretty specific. 6:18. 6:18. That number, it just sounds a little odd, but the number's been used a lot. 6:18. 6:18 in the morning.
Confirmed sighting of the children alive. That night, about 9 p.m., Malehya said she tucked them into bed wearing the same clothes that they'd been wearing earlier that day. Lilly was in a pink sweater.
So, basically what she's saying is Malehya admits not even giving the children a bath. The children didn't even get cleaned. They were home allegedly sick. They went out into the public. And their mother didn't even give them a bath before bed. I find that disgusting, personally. I don't know about you. If you guys find that problematic, or if that's offensive to you, it's offensive to me. It's offensive to think that these children didn't get a bath. Listen.
Children alive. That night, about 9 p.m., Malehya said she tucked them into bed wearing the same clothes that they'd been wearing earlier that day. Lilly was in a pink sweater, pink pajama pants with white shapes on them, and a Barbie top. Her little
So they never even got her out of her freaking... So she hadn't had a bath in 2 days. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness.
Corduroy backpack decorated with strawberries was not far away, right nearby. Jack wore black sweatpants, a t-shirt, and he had a pull-up. That's totally normal for kids his age going to bed. The next day, May 2nd, is the day the children vanished. So it started off as a normal day, according to the family. The morning alarm went off inside the trailer at 6:15 a.m.
6:15 a.m.
Malehya logged into the school app again and marked both kids as sick for a second sick day. She later told police...
So that might be the reason why she's logged in at 6:18. Within 3 minutes, she determined the children were not going to school. Potentially.
But at some point that morning, Lilly and Jack woke up their baby sister. And then, suddenly, the house went silent. By 10:01 a.m., Malehya was calling 911. She told the dispatchers that her children were gone. And when she described them, she said she thought they could be possibly undiagnosed autistic, that they were known to wander, and that their boots...
This is a strange, because I've never heard of her calling law enforcement for them previously. You know? And why would you be telling the people that they're autistic? You've had them on this property for the last 3 years. They haven't wandered off. And their behaviors never caused them to just disappear. But all of a sudden this day, Malehya is telling law enforcement that they're potentially autistic, even though they're not diagnosed, and that they have a tendency of wandering off. Yet there's no history or paper trail of them ever wandering off previously. That's a problem.
Were missing. 26 minutes later, officers with the RCMP, that's the Royal Canadian Mounted Police, arrived at the house. That's a national police force that often serves as the authorities for rural small communities. Malehya's partner, Daniel Martel, told the investigators that he had already been out looking for the kids, first sprinting outside before jumping into his car, driving around the back roads, and then running through the nearby woods looking for these kids. He said that he'd been
So he had a vehicle, but he was on foot, running through the woods and going into lakes and ponds looking for the kids. This man was out of control. And to me, it sounds like he was just trying to look busy and be overly helpful to cover up something very detrimental. That's just my opinion.
For hours. He admitted he didn't bring his phone and he never looked at the time. But that afternoon, around 4 p.m., 3 family members who were out searching made a key discovery: a pink blanket caught in some tree branches low to the ground, a little over a half mile from the house. Police showed a photo of that pink blanket to both of the parents, and the parents confirmed it was, in fact, Lily's blanket.
And this blanket was planted. And I want to remind you, based on Daniel's statement on the Drunk Turkey show, he stated that in the bag where this pink blanket was, there was only one hole. One person put their hand through there and pulled out the portion of the blanket and went and planted it. My question is they have a baby. Who would know that that blanket, one, was in a 60-gallon trash bag, where in that trash bag that pink blanket would be, and how in the world did somebody put their hand perfectly through that plastic blanket, that trash bag, without hitting any dirty diapers? And people may say, well, there was no dirty diapers in the black trash bag. Well, who would know that? Only one person would know that, and that's whoever put that plastic bag in the garbage can. That's it. Whoever loaded that garbage can up is the only person that would have known that that pink blanket was in that bag and where it was in the bag. So that just eliminated literally everybody other than the people that live in that house. Just saying. So that's where we are. That's what we have for today, folks. Thank you so much for swinging by the Bullhorn Betty channel. In a couple hours at 1 p.m., we will be on, I'll probably start a little late, maybe 1:15. We will be on Bullhorn Betty Crime Stories. We're going to be going over Mimi, Torres Garcia, Kata Scott, and Ellen Greenberg. It's going to be another great show. You're not going to want to miss this show. Kata Scott and Ellen Greenberg are from the same community. It sounds like we have a lot of the same issues that we have, in this community of Philadelphia. And we have a new candidate that might change the direction of the Ellen Greenberg case. So you're not going to want to miss this talking point and this discussion that's going to be happening on the Bullhorn Betty Crime Stories show. So be there or be square, but don't be late. Don't be late. We'll see you at 1 o'clock on Bullhorn Betty Crime Stories. Rock it out with your coffee beans out. Don't forget to be fearless. If you see something, say something. An ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. And until next time, please be safe, but more importantly, kind to one another. You guys have a wonderful day, and we'll see you here at 1 p.m. today. God bless.